Hi, my name is Jasmine, aka Black Girl Absolute. Today I'm just going to take you through the shopping trip I just went on at Blick Art Materials, which, as you know from my Cyber Monday video, is my favorite art store. So yeah, let's jump right in. Wednesday going into Thursday, we got hit with this huge snowstorm. Like, everything was just covered in like a couple feet of snow. And while everyone else was all cuddled up indoors, I decided it was a great opportunity to do some in-store shopping over at Blick Art Materials because no one else was out, so it felt like the best bet. So I asked my best friend Liv, who's also my roommate, if she would want to go with me over to Blick, and we both went over to our local Blick Art Materials over in Shadyside. Good, how are you? And like the second I got in the store, I was so pumped because anytime I could get like a good amount of materials from there, I would just get really excited. So the first thing I saw was the canvas section. So Blick is currently having a deal on all of their canvases. The ones that I saw were the ones for $10.99, and that was their pack of bulk canvases. So I got some 16 by 20s, which are a good size for me. My favorite large size canvases, which are 24 by 36. I saw this one that was a bit more expensive because it had a wider frame, but I ended up going with a cheaper option. I believe it's their Blick's Studio collection. I ended up getting that one just to save some bucks, you know, because I was getting a lot of stuff anyway, so I might as well save wherever I could. But now that I got the canvases out of the way, I knew that I wanted to go to my favorite part of the store, which is obviously where the paints are located. So I made my way upstairs and just look at all of these items. It's beautiful. I love it. I immediately went over to the acrylic paint section, which is basically this entire section on the first wall on the right hand side is just covered in acrylic paint. And so I decided to just grab some things from each of the sections. And so first I went over to Liquitex and I grabbed some Naples Yellow, which is a really good skin shade in terms of like highlights that anytime I have it, I'm just in love with it. So I had to grab some Naples Yellow. I also grabbed some red, specifically in the shade Cadmium Red Medium. This is actually going to be for a future video I'm doing. I grabbed a lot of the same shades from different brands, so stay tuned for that one. Yeah, then I went over to Golden, which, as you know, is my guilty pleasure because I don't have enough money for it usually, but whenever I do, I'm going to Golden. And so I grabbed this really beautiful Ultramarine Blue that I saw there. Yeah, the second I saw it, I needed it. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I usually buy colors based on how they make me feel. Not on utility, which is not great, but you know, it's fun. It's part of the process. And so I grabbed this really beautiful Ultramarine Blue that I saw there. Yeah, the second I saw it, I needed it. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I usually buy colors based on how they make me feel. Not on utility, which is not great, but you know, it's fun. It's part of the process. Also grabbed another Cadmium Red from Golden, and then I headed over to Blick Studio Acrylics. So the Studio Acrylic series is like their like cheaper student level acrylic paints. I also grabbed this in the Cadmium Red, and so then I headed over to their Artist Acrylic series. So this is like a little bit of a step up in terms of quality, and I grabbed a Cadmium Red there as well. And then finally, I landed on the Utrecht Artist Acrylic series. I had it explained to me at one point by one of the sales associates at Blick that this is like basically their second top brand in the store behind Golden. And I have a lot of these paints and I couldn't agree more. They are actually currently like my go-to paints. And so they're also a little bit cheaper than Golden. And so this is where I will usually go to before I get paints from Golden. Because if I can find a shade in the Utrecht series, I also save a couple of bucks. So I grabbed another Cadmium Red, and then I got some Titanium White and some Mars Black. Just two basics that I never think to get whenever I go shopping. And then as I was going through the store, I had to stop by the brushes section. I didn't get any of these brushes, but just look how fluffy they are. They're so fluffy. So I got a while ago. but these brushes are really good for doing like the top coat on a painting just to protect it. And I know I don't have a use for any more than just one, but I love them so much. And so lastly, I headed over to Speedball's screen printing section. In a future video, I'm going to be delving into learning how to screen print, which I'm currently in the process of. So the reason why I was in this section was to grab a squeegee, and I went through this basically like a Three Bears situation, trying to find like the perfect fit for the screens that I was using. And thankfully the one that I landed on happened to be the cheapest, so happy with that. And so after that, went to the register, purchased everything. I think the total was $177 for everything. With everything I bought, that's actually a pretty good price, so I was really happy with that.
Got it.
After that, we just grabbed some coffee and pastries from the Jitters Coffee, which was right across the street. And then we headed home after that. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hoped you enjoyed seeing me go through the art supply store. If you have any other art supplies that you want me to go through, I know we do have a local store over in a neighborhood, like I think 2 neighborhoods away, and then we also have a Michael's. And so I can go to both of those, but only if you all want me to. So just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, I love you all. I hope you take care and happy holidays. Bye.